scientific management. In last lecture we have seen principles of scientific management given by father of scientific management, that is F.W. Taylor. We have studied in last lecture, we have studied 6 principles given by him. Now in this lecture I will explain you what are the techniques of scientific management. Techniques means what are the different methods by how we can use this scientific management. Let's start with the first one. First one is work study. Under work study, he has, whenever you do any work, we have to follow these 4 techniques. I forgot to write time study. Okay, let's see. Work study. What is work study? Means if you want to work, if you want to carry out particular work, you have to utilize all these things. Before assigning the work to the available workforce, proper work study should be done by the management. Whenever you assign the work to the organization, to the people, you have to first of all analyze that work. Analyze in what point? You can analyze time study, motion, method. For example, if I am assigning you particular job, first of all I have to find out how much time I need for it, motion while doing that activity, how many means what type of motions, unnecessary motions I have to remove, methods, which is the best method to fulfill that task. Then fatigue means the person should not get frustrated or should not be burdened with lot of work. So you have to study all these angles. After studying all these angles, then you can assign that work. Let's study in the time study. See what they want to say. If the management wants to assign particular work to you, they have to consider all these things while assigning the work. The first point says that time study. Time study means record the time taken for doing each part of the job, so the management can fix the amount of work to be done by each worker in 1 hour or in 1 day. Now I should understand for doing particular task how many hours, how many days are required. So I am studying time study. I am doing time study. How much the worker, normally one worker will take to fulfill that work. It helps in fixing the standard time required to do particular job. It is useful to measure the efficiency of an employee to control the cost of the work. Next is motion study. It is the study of movement of motion means what? हालचाली. ज्या काही आपण एखादा पर्टिक्युलर टास्क दिल्यावर ज्या काही मला हालचाली करायला, मी एक सिंपल सा एक्झाम्पल देते तुम्हाला. मी टीचर आहे आणि समजा मला बिकॉज ऑफ सम रिझन कोणीतरी टीचर ॲब्सेंट असेल अँड आय एम हँडलिंग 2 क्लासेस ॲट द सेम टाइम. सपोज मी जर आता इथे काहीतरी शिकवते, मी काहीतरी एखादं काम दिलं, टास्क दिलं आणि मग मी नेक्स्ट क्लासमध्ये गेले आणि तिथे तो टास्क अजून एक काहीतरी दिला, तर मीनवाईल जे काही मोशन, जे काही मी इकडून तिकडे त्या क्लासरूममध्ये जाणं होणार आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल समजा ती क्लासरूम 3rd फ्लोअरला आहे आणि दुसरी क्लासरूम 1st फ्लोअरला आहे, तर अननेसेसरी माझे मोशन्स होणार, अननेसेसरी मी फटिकनेस येणार, अननेसेसरी माझी एनर्जी वेस्ट होणार. दॅट्स वाय यू नीड टू स्टडी दिस मोशन. मिनिमम त्याचं मोशन हालचाली जे आहेत मिनिमम. फॉर एक्झाम्पल आय एम डुईंग हँडलिंग वन मशीन, after that I am handling another machine, but that machine should be placed in such a way that minimum motion should be there from my side. Okay, so let's see what they have written. It is a study of the movement of an employee as well as machine in order to eliminate or remove irrelevant or useless or unnecessary motions and find out the best method of doing a particular job. Thus less time consuming and efficient system of, in fact, in short, आपण काय करतोय की सर्वात सोपी अशी मेथड फाइंड आउट करण्यासाठी, अननेसेसरी मूवमेंट्स काढून टाकण्यासाठी वी स्टडी मोशन. देन वी हॅव मेथड स्टडी. सी मेथड म्हणजे काय की वेगवेगळ्या मेथड्स आहेत. फॉर एक्झाम्पल इथे लिहून काढायचं, मग ते बाय हार्ट करायचं, किंवा आणि कुठल्या मेथड्स आहेत, थोडेसे पॉईंट्स नोट डाऊन करायचे. देर आर डिफरंट मेथड्स टू डू पर्टिक्युलर टास्क. But what we do, we use simple method, easy method, which helps us to fulfill the work within time. So you have to, while assigning the work, we have to find out which is the best method to fulfill the work. Then we have fatigue study. Generally, long working hours without sufficient breaks, target pressures, heavy working tools, poor working condition result into physical and mental stress. Fatigue म्हणजे काय? थकणे. That employee should not be burdened with lot of work pressure, targets and all. He should be given proper breaks. तुम्ही ऑफिसेस मध्ये बघा 1 hour break असतं. School, colleges we have break. Why breaks are given? So that he will be able to handle the pressure. Then, so after studying all this and a work study, you can assign the work to particular person. Next technique is standardization. Standardization of what? Tools and equipments. Suppose I have given computer, laptop for me to carry on my work, but the laptop is not in a good working condition. Then I will face lot of problems. See students, remember one thing, whenever you provide machineries or any working condition to your employees, it should be the best one, so that they can concentrate on their work and it will not disturb their work. With the result of experiments conducted at workplace, Taylor said that give best equipments and tools, give best working condition, so it reduces the losses, wastage and fatigue among the workers and improves their quality and work. Next one is scientific task setting. Scientific task setting is Taylor emphasized the need for fixing fair day's work. Scientific task means what? Particular work that should be set up in such a manner that he or she will be able to fulfill that work during that particular period. So, employee will complete the task according to standard given and management. It should not be like if I am announcing tomorrow you have to finish 10 chapters and I am going to take test on it. It should not be like that. It should be whenever you give the task, you should think scientifically whether it is possible or not. Then we have next is scientific selecting and training. Scientific selection and training means this is selection. Scientific selection and training means whenever you select particular employee, particular person for your organization to carry on the work, you have to use scientific methods. It's not like judgment basis. I feel that this person will do best, so I will select him. It should not be like that. You should select based on some scientific techniques. For example, you can consider his experience. You can conduct some exams. You can consider different. You can ask them questions regarding your field, regarding that field. Then once you select those people for the organization to work, you have to train them properly. You have to give them training properly. Then next is function. Before this, we will finish this. Differential piece rate wage plan. See, there should be discrimination. Discrimination means differentiation should be different. You should differentiate the efficient and inefficient worker. Why? Because if all are getting same salary, then the efficient worker will think, why should I work? If I am also getting the same salary, the person who is not working, he is also getting the same salary, then he will not work properly. So there should be discrimination between efficient and inefficient worker. So standard, on the basis of that, standard output and standard wage rate should be fixed. Standard output means, for example, I have set up that 100 units should be produced. That is my standard output. and I am going to pay 20,000 for that. That is my standard rate. This should be fixed, and accordingly what they have done, they have low wage rate and high wage rate. Now what is low wage rate and what is high wage rate? Low wage rate explains that when you are, for those workers who did not produce the standard output, if you are not able to achieve this standard, then you will be paid less amount, and if you are achieving this target or you are doing more than this standard, then you are getting higher wages. So there should be distinction between low wage rate and high wage rate. Last point, functional organization. Now see, generally planning activities are done by the higher authorities and execution is done by middle and lower. According to Taylor, here remember these things, according to Taylor, he has given every worker will be supervised by two different sets of supervisors. He recommended total 8 foremen to control the various aspects of production. They are categorized as root clerk. Root clerk means what? What he is going to do? He tells us how work moves from one machine to other. Then we have instruction clerk. He records instructions to complete. How to complete the work? He is going to instruct us. Third is time and cost clerk. Determines time in which work should be completed without the and also work out of the cost. Means in how much time he has to finish the work and what will be the cost for it. Discipline. The name itself, it indicates, it ensures that workers are working as per the factory rules. Discipline is followed. Then implementation. This is at planning level. Now implementation level. Now at implementation level, gang boss actually gets the work done. Speed boss ensures that work is completed within that particular time. Then repair boss, if you are making any mistakes, he will find out the mistake and will correct it. Inspector ensures that work is done as per the specified standards. Okay, so all these are the techniques of scientific management. In last lecture we have studied principles, and here they have actually given us which type of methods, which type of scientific methods, scientific techniques are utilized to carry out the work. Just note down the point. Here we have finished with the scientific management theory. We have finished with the modern theory also. In your textbook they have given Henry Fayol's principles and W. Taylor scientific method. So here we have finished with this, and last part is our nature and importance